A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about coalition government in the state of Maharashtra and the problems they have been facing. Not a very important editorial, and the other one also it is about the US Open. About the US Open, I have done many a time. I thought this is better because some words are there. Many words are very familiar. A few words you can learn from today's input or today's editorial. Let us start with what is this about comprehension point of view. It is about the coalition government in Maharashtra state and what are the important words. Here we have words like inherent. Even these words we have got many a time. Strife, tussle, nauseous, and debacle. More words are there. Writing skill, if you can write about a coalition government and the problems faced by the coalition governments, that would be better. I have brought idioms face it out, get away with, have cold feet, in fine fettle, joking apart. We also say jokes apart. Is it on, Naidu? Please respond. Sentence patterns, important aspects, grammar related, we do have, and there's an important rule. Today, you're going to work on error location and idioms as usual, vocab consolidation. Input one, it is related to vocabulary, important input. Let us see what the words are. The very first word, thank you. There's a problem with the video capture part. I think you cannot see me. That doesn't matter. Inherent, part of speech adjective, existing in something as a permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute. Something is part of your personality, you can use this word. The inherent risks means inbuilt risks of the job made it necessary to take extra precautions. Because inbuilt risks, one has to be careful. Intrinsic, innate, essential, fundamental, built in. Thank you. Thanks for responding. All these words are very important except essential. Intrinsic, innate, fundamental, we all know, built in. Extrinsic, external, acquired, learned. Inborn, we also say there's one more expression, inborn. Even that word could be used. Exactly. Innate also you can use. Who is that? Nagesh. After a long time, I suppose. Innate, haven't they given? No, it is here. Important word. Strife, part of speech, noun. Angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues. In one word, conflict. There is a strife between the two parties. Look at the example. The political strife between the two parties led to a prolonged stalemate. Stalemate means what? Dead end. No solution. Dead end or deadlock. We also say better expression is what? Deadlock. Synonyms conflict, discord, contention, friction, struggle. When you see the word discord, you have to recollect the two idioms. One is a bone of contention, the other one is apple of discord. Peace, harmony, cooperation, accord, agreement. Tussle usually goes with everyday English, strife goes with a written English. Tussle also part of speech noun. A vigorous struggle or scuffle, typically in order to obtain or achieve something. Struggle or scuffle, that also, cul-de-sac, very good, Naidu. The players got into a tussle over the ball, leading to a brief halt in the game. And scuffle, struggle, fight, brawl, skirmish. Here, these two words are very important. Besides scuffle. Scuffle already we have got. Even here, it is a synonym of tussle. Agreement, peace, accord, truce. Same words are repeated. Nauseous, part of speech adjective, feeling or causing a feeling of sickness in the stomach. When you feel like vomiting, that time you say nausea, especially with an inclination to vomit. Exactly. Same thing has been written here. The smell of the spoiled food made her feel nauseous. Queasy, sick. This is a new word we have got for the first time. Ill, revolted, disgusted. Well, healthy, comfortable. Debacle also we have got many a time. Part of speech noun. A sudden and complete failure. For that we use a better expression of fiasco. It was a fiasco, means complete failure, utter failure. The event turned into a debacle when none of the equipment worked as planned. Imagine some event like a fashion show or something like a concert. Equipment did not work as planned, then it is obviously a debacle or a fiasco. Fiasco, disaster, failure, collapse, catastrophe. Catastrophe goes with nature, it also goes with an event. Success, triumph, victory, accomplishment, achievement. Those are the words, but let me tell you, today we have a lot of words. Many of these words we have got so many times, no point in bringing again and again. Let us see what it is about. How does it start? Old rivalries. I'm sure you all know the word rival. Rival, one thing is you can think of words like enemy or competitor, more than enemy, competitor, competitor, enemy, one who competes with you. Here, old rivalries between the parties on Maharashtra's ruling coalition. Main idea, the underlying differences are beginning to hurt Mahayuti. So, hidden differences are beginning to hurt a particular coalition known as Mahayuti. Inherent contradictions, contradict oneself. Contradictory situation, sometimes you have positive, negative at the same time. You have to think of words like paradoxical, one word. You should also think of a word like ironical. Inherent contradictions have a way of showing up at regular intervals. What does it mean? Imagine some conflicts are there, or contradictions are there inherently, inbuilt. They keep coming up, they keep showing up at irregular intervals. When they may happen, nobody knows. Regular intervals, one expression, irregular intervals, another expression. In the now that is a general statement. Here, the writer has come up with a general statement to begin with. Now, the writer wants to substantiate why these inherent contradictions have a way of showing up at irregular intervals. Boomerang also you have to recollect. In the ruling coalition in Maharashtra, right now, the incumbent government in Maharashtra, no party has got absolute majority. Based on that, there's a coalition government, and the three parties. One is Shiv Sena party, the other one is BJP, and the third one is Nationalist Congress Party, led by Ajit Pawar. He talks about that in the ruling coalition in Maharashtra, the Mahayuti, the tensions between the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde, and the Nationalist Congress Party (NCP) led by Ajit Pawar are visible to all. They have become quite clear. The setback also means the same thing, failure. There was a setback means there was a failure. The setback the coalition faced in the 2024 general election might have been the immediate trigger for the open display of discord in the alliance. Alliance is that association or the group with parties of similar, same interests. Here it talks about the setback. There was a setback, I think 2024 general election. They did not do well or they did not fare well. The setback the coalition faced in the 2024 general election might have been is used to talk about a past possibility which is a guess. Past possibility. I hope I'm not blocking, which is a guess. Imagine yesterday I lost something. I'm not quite sure who stole that one. Someone must have stolen. Then because it happened, it talks about past possibility. Because I'm not quite sure, I may guess. My suspicion, the servant. Then I may say, the servant might have taken, or the servant might have stolen the chain. But here might have been. Here, been has been used as a main verb. Visible. What is visible? Visible to all. Are you talking about that? The setback the coalition faced in the 2024 general election might have been the immediate trigger for the open display of discord in the alliance, means disturbance in the alliance, means the association. But for the BJP, the leading partner in the alliance, this couldn't have come at a more inappropriate time. What does it mean? This is not the right time for the BJP for a problem like this. This is not the appropriate time. And what is opposite? Inopportune time. Inappropriate, inopportune time. Why? Because elections are going to be announced very soon. Assembly elections are to be announced in the state soon. Uh, there is a technical issue. What you are visible to all. Am I visible? I don't think so. Anyhow, are to be announced in the state soon. While the Mahayuti is caught in internal strife, means internal fights, the opposition Mahavikas Aghadi, MVA, of the Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray, the NCP led by Sharad Pawar, and the Congress has managed to put its house in order. Managed to put your house in order means sort out the problems and have harmony. A flagship scheme, an important word. Flag as a noun, we all know as a verb to mark something as important, but here flagship means important. Imagine there's a company that manufactures many products, but one particular product is the most important product, then we say that is a flagship product of that particular company. Here, flagship scheme that the ruling alliance unveiled recently means made public. Unveil means to make public. It goes with a scheme, it goes with a particular product in the hope of recovering some lost political ground based on the general elections is itself cause for strife for the fight among partner as each one of them calls it by a different name. This scheme has become, flagship scheme has become the bone of contention among the partners. How can the writer say that each one calls a scheme with a different name? Mr. Shinde uses a full name, Mukhyamantri Maji Ladki Bahin Yojana, while the BJP calls it the Ladki Bahin Yojana. Ajit Pawar, who introduced the scheme during the budget session in June, refers to it as a Maji Ladki Bahin Yojana. All different, they're trying to use different terminology. The recent incident where a statue of Shivaji Maharaj collapsed in the Rajkot port in the Sindhuburg district has further embarrassed the coalition. This also came into the limelight, and for a few days the media covered. And the collapse of the statue embarrassed means the ruling party was, the coalition government was not comfortable with that, has further embarrassed the coalition. Means already some sort of discomfort. In addition to that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had unveiled the statue last year. Here it is in past perfect tense. Mr. Modi has apologized, present perfect tense, to the public for the collapse of the statue, but that has not laid the matter to rest. This is an important. Lay something to rest means put an end to something. That you have to know. The MVA is determined to milk the issue, means to take advantage, to make use of this situation or the issue. And on Sunday, organized a protest. Shivaji Maharaj, a Maratha king, holds immense significance for the Maratha community, to which Ajit Pawar and his uncle and patriarch of the state's politics, Sharad Pawar, belong. Both belong to the same community. Ajit Pawar was the first to offer an unconditional apology for the statue's collapse. Both the BJP and the Sena have had a long tussle with the NCP and Ajit Pawar personally before becoming political partners. These two parties, the BJP and Shiv Sena, they had differences with Ajit Pawar personally, but later they became partners. Now they are political partners. Before becoming political partners, they had their own differences. A Sena minister recently said that sitting in close proximity, I'm really surprised. Proximity means being close. We cannot say close proximity. That is redundancy. I'm rather surprised to see in the Hindu paper. Close proximity, not correct. Proximity to NCP members in cabinet meetings made him feel nauseous. Means a very disgusting and not at all acceptable. Many in the BJP blame the Ajit Pawar group for debacle in the Lok Sabha election. They blame Ajit Pawar for the debacle, failure, fiasco in the recent Lok Sabha election. Ajit Pawar also appears unsure of his association with the BJP and the Sena. It looks like trouble is brewing. He surprised his alliance partners by admitting that fielding his wife Sunetra against his cousin Supriya Sule in the general election was a mistake. That must have been embarrassing for Sena and the BJP. He also said that he had asked the BJP not to target Sharad Pawar and felt that Mr. Modi's remark calling Mr. Pawar a Bhatakti Atma or an aimless soul while on the campaign trail in the run up to the general election did not appeal to the people. In a way, he is not happy with the remarks against his uncle Sharad Pawar, and he feels the remark against him by the Prime Minister did not appeal to the people. That is his opinion. How does the editorial end? Clearly has not burned his bridges. An important idiom we have got recently. Burn the bridges means you cut off all the ties, then you cannot go back. Here he has not burned. That means he has a good, still a rapport with the power family. He has not burned his bridges with the larger power family. The underlying rivalries are beginning to hurt the Mahayuti, obviously. That's all about the editorial. Try to answer these questions. What has recently caused visible tensions within the Mahayuti coalition in Maharashtra? A disagreement over the naming of a flagship scheme, the collapse of a statue in the Rajkot fort, the announcement of assembly elections, the success of the opposition Mahavikas Agadi MVA. It cannot be the second, a third, it cannot be the fourth. It should be either the first one or the visible tensions, not because of the collapse of a statue of Shivaji Maharaj. It embarrassed those the three parties. Tensions because of the disagreement over the naming of a flagship scheme. Answer should be A. Which scheme has caused a strife fight among the Mahayuti partners due to differences in naming? See, this question also consolidates the same thing. Strife is because of naming of the scheme. Mukhyamantri Maji Latki Bahin Yojana, Latki Bahin Yojana, Maji Latki Bahin Yojana, all of the above. They use different names. Each party used a particular name. Based on that, all of the above. What incident has further embarrassed, see, the Mahayuti coalition recently? Here you have to talk about the collapse. The collapse of a statue of Shivaji Maharaj in the Rajkot fort. C is the answer. Which political alliance has managed to put its house in order while the Mahayuti faces internal strife? Bharatiya Janata Party? No. Shiv Sena led by Eknath Shinde? No. Mahavikas Aghadi? Nationalist Congress Party? Oh, they shouldn't have given both the parties. This is a little challenging. It should be NCP, Nationalist Congress Party. I know it is Mahavikas Aghadi, MVA, because all the three parties are involved in that. Nationalist Congress Party, the Congress Party, and Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray, who in the Mahayuti alliance was the first to offer an unconditional apology for the collapse of the Shivaji Maharaj statue. It is not Eknath Shinde, it is not the Prime Minister, it is not Uddhav Thackeray, it is Ajit Pawar, first person to unconditionally apologize. Try to spot the error here. Now we have we have grammar inputs, something very important. Ajit Pawar was the first. Here it is about past tense, and before ordinal numbers, we have to use a definite article the to offer an unconditional apology for the statue's collapse. Both the BJP and the Shiv Sena have had an important pattern. You have to know. I have something. I had something. I have my breakfast every day. That is present tense. I had at so and so time yesterday past. I have had present perfect. I had past perfect. All the four you have to know. Exactly. A tussle with the NCP and Ajit Pawar personally before becoming political partners. Our Sena minister recently said that reporting verb is in past. Sitting in close proximity, wrong, only proximity. In cabinet meetings it makes him present changes to past because the reporting verb is in past. Made him feel nauseous. Many in the BJP blame the Ajit Pawar group for the debacle in the Lok Sabha election. Also appears unsure, here it is in present tense, affirmative form. Unsure of his association, an important expression you have to remember, with the BJP and the Sena. Now we have, she has been the same person she is. Try to spot the error. Here we cannot say she has been the same person. This is a clue for you. No one has responded. That she is. Very good, Naidu. When we use words like same, though exceptions are there, all, we have to use a relative pronoun that. That's an important one, not easy under. Yes, Nagesh, Naidu, very good. I appreciate. Please go to the next one. We are running out of time. Here we have effective English idioms. Face it out. What happened? Face it out means manage a difficult situation with confidence. Get away with, escape punishment, succeed or not get caught in a dishonest or improper course of action. D. Have cold feet, feel afraid, become nervous. In fine fettle means what? In fine condition. B. Jokes apart means speaking seriously. All the five you should be happy. Write about coalition governments or problems they face in a nutshell, in brief. We have exam topics error location, where the governments of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, and Haryana are suspending the annual Kanwar Yatra this year. Shravan, July, is turning up to be a dry month for those involved in the pilgrimage and religious tourism industry. Here, turning up is not correct. We have to use turn up means to show up, means appear. Here we cannot use that. Here we have to say turn out, prove to be, turning out to be a dry month, proving to be a dry month, turn out. Hmm, exactly, very good. It had been nearly 3 weeks since malls in the Millennium City were allowed to reopen, but visitors are staying away due to the apprehension over getting infected, and many stores are not reopening due to the double whammy of low demand and high rent. Here it talks about from the past to the present. Then we cannot use past perfect, we have to use present perfect. It has been nearly 3 weeks. It has been, not had been. Present perfect tense. Neurobiologists at the Harvard Medical School have studied mouse to see. We have to stop here itself. Mouse is singular, they don't study one, they study many. So, what is the plural? Here, mouse is not correct, it has to be mice. Studied mice to see how the brain transforms information about odor chemistry into the perception of smell and how individuals have a highly personalized sensation of smell. These are the words we got the other day. Baleful, try to respond. Flag, conflagration, atrocities, revel, rabidly, fester, nary, important words. Out of all the three, very good. I do. Please try to write the meanings of these words. At least one student responds, then we have only 1 minute. Baleful means what? Threatening harm or menace. Flag means to mark. Configuration, conflict or clashes. Atrocities, a wicked attack on someone physically with inflicting physical injuries. Revel, enjoy a lot. Rapidly, speaking frenetically or passionately. Fester, deteriorating because of neglect. Nary, not even one, nothing. That's all about the vocabulary consolidation. If you have questions, do have a look at these. You get all the answers. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Do remember to subscribe and